They weren't perfect, but the Aggies escaped another close one at Kyle Field. Texas A&M's 24-17 win over South Carolina keeps it undefeated in SEC play heading into a night game with Alabama. Quarterback Kellen Mond can be thanked for that, as the true freshman helped the Aggies gain 151 yards in the fourth quarter. "I think the first thing he did well was protect the football," A&M head coach Kevin Sumlin said. "When it wasn't there, he hung onto it or threw it out of bounds. I think he scrambled well. He slid to not take a bunch of hits, but he didn't just throw the ball up in the middle of the field maybe like he did earlier this year. His ball security was good, which gave us a chance to punt it, and our defense played great after the touchdown early." Sumlin on his team's effort. "I think, which I've said every week, we're getting great effort from these guys. I mean, that's not a question. They haven't done everything right all the time, but their effort has been phenomenal. They're going to make mistakes, but as long as that continues, we're always going to have a chance. I think tonight was a product of their effort, combined with their belief in who they are and what they're about. Again, we take another step tonight in a tough SEC game. I didn't see a bunch of people panicking out there on the field for young guys who are playing. I thought our older players did a nice job of really communicating." Sumlin on the defense and secondary. South Carolina decided that they couldn't run it at all, so they just said, "We are going to throw it every snap," which is not what they have been doing. They threw it every snap and were effective doing it. We had to change some things and mix up some coverages in the second quarter after we gave up some yardage and big plays. Obviously, there were some adjustments made between the second half. We just have to keep getting better. We have to get those guys out there. They have to be confident. We can't just yank them when something happens. We have to keep their confidence and we have to keep them playing, because as you can see, they are capable of being pretty good. Our execution has got to continue to get better, and I think it has over the course of the season." Sumlin on the 12th man. "I just want to thank our fans. In the third and fourth quarter, I thought the fans impacted the football game. I think that our players felt the energy, particularly defensively. I think it impacted our opponent and their ability to communicate. I thought our fans were outstanding tonight in a close football game that needed that energy. Obviously, our players really fed off of that. The whole team responded. I just want to make sure that everyone knows that we are not taking that for granted." The 12th man had a huge impact on this game, and hopefully it will be the same next week, because it was loud. It was really loud, and it was great. It was a night game at Kyle Field, and the energy level was high. Our players really appreciate it. Sophomore All Eric McCoy and Kellen Mond's play. Like I have been saying each week, he's been improving and maturing a lot, and you can definitely see the growth in his play. He's protecting the ball for us, and even when we are giving up pressure sometimes, he's escaping and making things happen with his legs, and that is something you love when you're playing offensive line. Running back Keith Ford on feeding off the defense. We knew we had to get them off the field. The first half when they were on the field, we were just going 3 and out, 3 and out. We just knew the defense could not endure by themselves, and just that momentum shift of us moving the ball gave our defense a breather and gave them rest. They made plays from that, and just keeping them off the field was a big thing, and just playing the drives. Linebacker Alaka on the fourth quarter defense. We got the crowd in it. We know we have some of the best fans in the nation. We decided to dial up the pressure because we saw that it was working the whole game. We basically just stuck with it. South Carolina coach Will Muschamp on trying to contain Kellen Mond. A lot of those were scrambles, and a lot of those were in man-to-man coverage. We got displaced in our gaps and we had a hard time running him down. They had a couple of designed quarterback runs, and they did a nice job, especially with the 1 3rd down before we made a stop when there was 5 minutes left to go in the game. He got bounced out of the gap in that situation, and give Mond credit. He made some plays when he had to,